This is an Animated Anarchy mini episode. You can hear these episodes a month in advance by supporting us on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/Andrew Dickman. Thank you so much for your support. So,
I'm not seeing it.
I know you're not seeing Norm of the North.
I'm not going to see this fucking movie.
But the funny thing that I saw an article where, and this is funny because my friend Adriel told me that Shaun of the Sheep has
Shaun of the Sheep?
Shaun of the
Sheep.
Shaun of the Sheep. Shaun the Sheep.
Dawn of the Sheep.
Movie.
Shaun
the Sheep, the movie, right?
Yes.
Did I say Shaun?
You said Shaun of the Sheep.
You know why? It's probably because I saw Hot Fuzz over the week.
Shaun of the Dead.
I finally saw. No, I didn't see Shaun of the Dead. But
why'd you say Shaun of the Sheep?
I don't know because okay. All right, let me back up. Adriel told me that on Rotten Tomatoes, Shaun the Sheep has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is about 2% better than Mad Max. And it was really interesting because Adriel loves this movie ever since he saw it.
Shaun the Sheep?
Yeah, Shaun the Sheep. He thought it was a great movie. I still haven't seen it. I need to get a copy. I know you saw it too, and I need to see it. All right. All right. But shortly after that, I spotted an article about Norm of the North has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, just across the board out of 100 reviews or 50 reviews or something.
And even one review that had a positive review of it was
quickly
negated.
Yeah. It's like it didn't even matter. Any positivity about this movie is out the window. But Norm of the North.
0 points to the twerking.
Is that even out yet?
I think it is.
Is it?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it.
I'm not seeing it
I've
either.
heard that.
I've heard.
But I know that I remember. Well, I forget who it was, but someone saw it sometime this past week, and it was the worst film that they've seen in probably 10 or 15 years.
In the theater, right?
In the theater, and it's direct to video quality. There's a twerking polar bear with minion knockoff lemmings, and pop songs and cheapy looking crap.
Was it you or someone else who told me that this? I think they tried to trick me into saying that this was a movie that was made in early 2000s.
I think I was the one that said it. I said it was a film that was made in 2002, around the age of Jimmy Neutron and Shark Tale, and they were like, "No, let's put it on ice. The world is not quite ready for this movie yet." The standards are too high.
I believe that. I looked it up and I was like, no, this movie wasn't made.
It's the same guys who made Alpha and Omega.
Yeah.
Same company, I think.
Which has its 7th sequel or 5th sequel? Or...
I don't know. It's the new Land Before Time. Now it's time for a crossover between Land Before Time and Alpha and Omega.
We're probably going to have to marathon at some point.
Alpha and Omega?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because I still haven't seen the first one, but I was like, another movie that I saw recently, Thumbelina. I saw that at a party and
marry them all.
Ha! Hiya, toots!
That's all I remember is marry them all.
Yeah, with
Carol
Channing
and Gilbert Gottfried
and Charo.
Perfect Don Bluth fodder is animating a Charo frog.
And then you will marry the prince. Oh, man. That's a movie we need to talk about. No, what we need to talk about is The Swan Princess. We need to talk about that movie. All right? That's our next one. I'm just saying it right there. That's our next movie. Okay? Because I need to see Rothbart. I
was talking to our friends Zoe and Jake about Thumbelina recently.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hope I never have to see that movie again. And now we're gonna have to talk about this movie.
About Thumbelina, though, right? But
no,
not Swan Princess. Oh, right, yeah.
I guess I'm fine with talking about Swan Princess.
All right, well, I have been watching Bob's Burgers though.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, this is fun.
I like that show.
Yeah, I didn't used to like it. I like it now.
Did the style turn you off?
It was mostly the style,
or the fact that great, another family where it's the same tropes.
I didn't like the kids. I wasn't really into the kids. I just thought they were like really annoying. But as the episodes went by, my only real experience from this show, like years back, was the first episode. And now that
the weakest,
and now that it's on Netflix and I've been able to watch like the entire, this entire season, they kind of grown on me. It's like they developed a little bit more. It's like you kind of get like the insanity of some of these characters.
Yeah, like Gene, who I still keep thinking like he's Patton Oswalt. He's not Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Shit. But no, but he is the character that's like he just screams, like he is like he always comes up with like the weird one-liner that's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing. But he's still endearing and I like him.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole episode where he pretends to be Bob.
Yeah.
He dresses up like Bob and everything. Yeah. It's really, really great.
Yeah.
And those characters, I mean, I like all the characters.
And my favorite character is Teddy.
I
love Teddy. Teddy's like, everything that comes out of his mouth is amazing.
I mean, we were over and we watched I showed you the scene of him in the refrigerator.
Yeah, that was great.
Pickles.
Pickles. It's kind of like a disco.
And what does he say?
That's a dumb place to keep bowls. It's like where the hell did that come from?
That's excellent writing.
That's amazing. So those are good stuff.
But yeah, I'm not going to see Norman the North. I don't even know if I'll wait until video. Like, I don't know if that's something I'd want to watch even when it comes out on video.
Yeah. I don't know.
How quick is it going to be on Netflix? Are they going to like shove that thing onto Netflix when it comes out?
Yeah, that thing's going to be in like the dollar bin so fast.
Like Home was on Netflix so fucking lickety split.
Yeah, kind of was.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first time I saw it, so.
Yeah.
If there's any, like, I gotta make use of my Netflix somehow. It's
funny. I pay a Netflix subscription every month.
But you haven't watched anything?
I don't. It's funny because, like, first of all,
I just have it on while I work sometimes.
Yeah, I do too. But the thing is, depending on where I work, like now I'm working back at Warner's again, and I could play it there, but it's just like, I don't know. There's certain things like I want to watch that. What is it? The Making a Murderer.
Yeah.
Which
Oh God, I was watching that.
Yeah.
And it's like once I get to like the 6th episode.
Your mind begins to melt.
Yeah, it begins. It's just like all it is trials, and I just start to lose focus, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is about anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of things.
It's like all of a sudden I'm back in the time when the OJ trials were happening, and I was just really pissed that my cartoon show was not playing because of this stupid trial that I did not care about when I was a kid.
It was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, like
But when you're a kid, you're like just like, oh, I want my cartoons.
Right, like in terms of like, I go to one or two sites to watch cartoons because most of them aren't available anywhere else.
Yeah, not
even on DVD. And then with Netflix, it's like occasionally I'll be like, I guess I'll watch Netflix, but there's not a lot of time that I'm sitting idly like I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm usually working, and if I'm gonna watch something new, I want to pay attention to it. I can't just have it on in the background while I'm working.
Yeah, I'm
one of those type of people. Like that's why I've watched probably Fantasia more times than most people ever.
Well, you just love that movie.
I do, but it was also just a good movie to have because it's classical music, just to have on in the background.
Yeah. But I have just like a backlog of stuff that I need to watch.
I have a list. I made a list.
Yeah, I should probably make a list because I know that Adriel had me borrow Moon, which is David Bowie's son's movie that he directed.
Oh yeah, I know.
And I'm kind of curious about it. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just haven't really found any time to just sit down and watch something. And it's like when it comes to a movie that I haven't seen, I don't want to have it play while I'm working because it's going to be like I'm either going to be too focused on the movie or I'm going to be too focused on work.
Yeah.
So
another thing is that when I was living with Zach and Tara, we said, you know what, we got to watch a bunch of. There's a lot of movies that we know we have to see or should see, but we've never seen. Yeah. So we went to Roger Ebert's list. We went to the AFI Top 100 list. We went to all these things, and we made a list of movies of either movies we haven't seen in a very long time that we should rewatch, or movies that we've never seen before. And we were trying to watch one movie. We had 110 movies at one point. We had a random number generator website that we went to, and we would put in between 1 and 110, and we would be, okay, the number is 56, and we go to 56. Oh, it's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Let's watch it. And we'd watch it based on that. And we watched, I think, about 10 movies. And then, things get busy. And then shows come on. It's like, we're going to watch this show instead. Or there's a new episode today. We'll watch a movie. And a movie takes... to sit down and watch a movie every night. Or one night a week. When, everyone's on different schedules. I wish we kept that up. Because it was fun. Because there would be times where, like, I never would have watched this movie. Like, we watched... Life Aquatic, and I never saw it.
Oh, I remember that movie.
And then we watched Monster Patrol, which was a movie that if I saw that movie as a kid, I would have loved movie monsters. Like, I would have totally been up for it, because it's about the kids who go trying to... It's like Goonies meets, like, they have to save...
Was it made in the 80s?
It was an 80s movie.
Yeah, Monster Squad.
Monster Squad.
Okay.
What did I say? Squad Monsters?
Yeah.
Wait, what did I say?
I can't remember now. It was like Monster
but like
something.
The kids are against like Dracula and Frankenstein,
right.
Frankenstein monster.
Like, I think that movie did get a lot of kids into the classic movie monsters.
But I never saw it as a kid.
I never saw it either.
But if I did, I probably would have loved Dracula. I probably would have eaten up those Wolfman movies.
Yeah, I love all those classic Universal monster movies.
I
need to get those collections someday.
Remember, like, it was like how many Halloweens ago we watched it? We watched The Invisible Man.
Yes, I love The Invisible Man. That's my favorite one.
Frosty boy.
Yeah, and I love it because it's like that scene was it was in a Donald Duck cartoon when he was like had invisible.
He's just and Pete fucking goes to an insane asylum at the end. I just was
going crazy.
Speaking of which, I went and because I was sending a package recently to a friend.
Yeah.
And I sent them a bunch of cartoons on a flash drive.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I got to because I had to back up I didn't have all the Pluto cartoons or all the Donalds. So I went back and backed up a bunch of Plutos. And I never liked Pluto cartoons because mostly they're frustration gags.
Yeah. It's just
7 minutes of Pluto with a plunger on his butt or a fishbowl on his head or something.
It's basically like the joke from that Animaniacs episode where they talk about the episode where it was just them with flypaper stuck on their fannies.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that would have been great for a cartoon, but this thing went on for 8 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours.
But it pretty much was like that. And I forgot there's a bunch of them that are really bad. Like, I hate whenever like Donald or Pluto would interact with like, oh no, a baby turtle. Oh no, a squirrel. Like, it's just, that's boring.
Yeah.
But then there's ones where Pluto is doing stuff and the animation and the expressions on Pluto are so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like it's
Pluto is one of the most oddly drawn characters in a Disney cartoon.
I posted a thing the other day because I found these images on this one. There was a Pluto cartoon called Wonder Dog. And he's looking at this poster, and his eyes get really, like, the pupils get really small, and his eyes get together.
Yeah.
And I posted a thing on Twitter of, do you want a root beer? It's Barks. Oh, wait, I have some vanilla ice cream, too. You want a root beer float? And it's just, like, him at the camera. Like,
yeah.
It's like...
They're great. They're great captures. They're great.
Yeah, there's more. I took a whole bunch more.
Oh, my God.
And I have to
you got to show them.
Yeah, I will. Because the thing is, like, and I'm growing to appreciate more, like... I was talking to one of my coworkers today because we work on. I'm back on Wabbit for season 2.
Yeah,
and we were talking about how, like, as a kid, I never liked Foghorn Leghorn. I thought he was shitty and stupid.
Yeah, I noticed he was on that. Foghorn Leghorn
in Wabbit.
Yeah.
I
don't know what our cartoon he's in, but
yeah, he's in one. He has a cameo in one. But we were just talking about the characters, and I said as a kid, I grew up and I never really enjoyed as a little kid. I didn't enjoy
that was the
Foghorn
opposite
Leghorn.
of me. I loved Foghorn Leghorn. He was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, now I appreciate him more.
Yeah.
There's something kind of about a boys that were playing baseball.
Yeah.
So Yeah, and we were just talking about how like my tastes have changed. Like I'm more patient now that I can watch. Like I still can't watch that damn fucking Donald cartoon where he's trying to replace a tire on his car for 8 minutes, or he has a plunger stuck to his butt for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
When you really think about,
there's funny parts to it. It's just like it kind of goes on for a while.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of black and white Mickeys too from like the early '30s, and I sat and watched a bunch. And the thing that went through my mind was like, man, Mickey and his friends sure like to party a lot. They're always partying. They're having the shindig or a barn dance or the whoopee party, which sounds really freaking dirty. And everyone's just screaming whoopee. That's the whoopee party. Everyone just goes to someone's house and they scream whoopee to music and eat sandwiches.
Wait, what? I feel like I missed this one.
The cartoon is called The Whoopee Party.
The Whoopee Party. All right.
And they're literally it's Mickey and Donald and Goofy.
Oh my god.
Oh, not Donald. Mickey, Goofy, Horace, Clarabelle, and Minnie, and a bunch of random animals. And they're just at a party and they're just going whoopee, whoopee.
Oh my god.
It's a real cartoon, Andrew.
Oh man. Well, I'll probably find it at some point, but
yeah. But yeah, and they just partied a lot. They would go on picnics a lot.
Well, there was a lot of like old classic Porky cartoons as well, where he was just partying all the time. It's like like he got the silkworm that would just
make a bra come out of his mouth.
Speaking of, I need to watch a lot of those because Gabby.
Don't even start with Gabby.
All right.
That's your problem.
I think
it
will be my problem.
When you're gonna have to talk to.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Norm in the North sucks.